Welcome back everybody, Max here. As promised, here is my review on the HELLRIEGAL Defensive. Now before we get stuck into all of this stuff, I would love to say a huge big thank you to everybody that has watched, liked, commented and subscribed to the channel over the last 48 hours. The channel's been live for a week and the one video generated 32 subscribers and a ton of comments, tons of views and a great deal of feedback, and I cannot begin to explain to everybody how much and how appreciative I am of all of that. And so I'd like to say a great big thank you before we kick off and get right into it. So let's dive into it. I'm not going to sit here and baffle everybody with humility and thinking and all that fun stuff. So I'll stop babbling and get into it. So here we are. So what do I think of it? Well, in a word, in one big nutshell, shite. I don't like this gun at all in any way, shape or form. My original thoughts were, to be honest, this was going to be a problem. They've introduced this gun. They've put 120 rounds in the drum magazine, and you're going to find entire lobbies running around with this gun. I don't think we're going to see that. DICE unusually have done an extremely good job of actually balancing this gun out, and they've done that by slapping a ton of recoil in this gun. And I mean a ton. The vertical recoil is absolutely incredible, and there's some side-to-side movement as well. It's very difficult to use. You're going to see it. I've left some of the more iffy shots, my gameplay in here, just so you can see how difficult it can be. And I also changed the zoom function down on the sight and all that kind of fun stuff, just fiddling around with it and seeing if I could make it more usable. But from a recoil perspective, it's don't expect to pick up this thing and run it the same way as you did the factory version. There is absolutely no way in hell you're going to do that. This thing is completely inaccurate at anything beyond arm's length. You're screwed, basically. So I need to stop saying the word basically as well. Anyway, moving on. So aside from that, what else? Well, if you're not used to playing with the optics this particular weapon comes with, then some adjustment will be needed. They're not impossible to play with by any stretch of the imagination, but I use this optic on my sniper rifle, so I'm more accustomed to seeing the sight picture than you wouldn't be if you were just using iron sight. So you may find yourself struggling to maybe struggling is not the right word, but there is going to be an adaptation for sure. You're going to need to learn to use that, and you're going to need to find which is the right crosshair for you. The one that I have loaded up at the beginning of the video, I think, is like the crosshair version, and then I switch it up later in the game and put the dot on there. And I also, like I said, I messed with the zoom functions on the gun. I have found on other weapons that if you tone down the zoom, so rather this HELLRIEGAL goes all the way up to 2.5 zoom. If you tone it down to like 1.25 or something around the region of that, then what you'll find is the recoil visually seems to be less. Obviously you don't get the zoom in function, but the recoil that you perceive is a little less. So give that a whirl, tone that down and see if it works for you. It's not a genuine thing, so you know, those of you that are going to jump on that in the comments, it's not real, it's a placebo effect. So but it does seem to make a bit of a difference when you're running guns with higher recoil, is just to reduce that zoom in time, and you seem to have a much better time of it. I certainly do anyway. So anything else to say about it? Not really. Like I say, you're going to be very disappointed. You're going to put all this time in, like I have, grinding out this gun. It's not as good as the factory, not by any stretch of the imagination. I don't think we're going to see lobbies, you know, entire lobbies running around this thing, and that's a good thing. So from that perspective, that's absolutely great, because the last thing I wanted to see was, you know, 40 people in a lobby all rocking this thing, or all just pitched up behind a wall smacking it out of the park. That wouldn't be fun for anybody in any way, shape or form. So that's not going to happen, and I wanted to keep this video short, and I think I've succeeded in that. This is kind of more of an overview than a review of this gun. If you unlock it, give it a spin, give it a whirl, see what you think. I personally don't like it, but that's not to say that you guys out there might not absolutely love it. So give it a spin, let me know what you think in the comments below, and I will catch up with you guys in the next video. Alright, ta-da, take care.